So I want to go over these counting problems involving Venn diagrams because whether you think it or not, counting is considerably more difficult than what you thought in elementary school, especially when it comes to probability. And it's super important to be able to identify what the sample space in any given piece is. So I'm going to start with this second question first. And we're going to look at how many are in B but not in A. So we're looking in the circle B that I highlighted here in orange. And we have a total of 26 plus 2 is 28, plus 5 plus 3, which is 36. There's 36 altogether in B. But 5 and 3 are both shared in B as well. And they're also in A. So I want to subtract that 8 that is in A and B. So I'm going to write this as A and B. That upside down U means and. And then the 36 is just the number in B, giving us an answer of 36 minus 8, or 28 total. Now why I do that question is it gives you the Venn diagram, which you should also note there's a 4 on the outside, which if you're looking for the grand total, we'd add up all of these numbers to see what's in the sample space for U. So when it comes to this vacationer problem, what I want you to do is I want you to be able to draw 3 circles. 3. So the easiest way to think about this is we want to work in the most specific case first. So I'm going to say we have three places to resort. We have a home, we have a villa, and we have a lot. So those are our 3 cases. Start with the most detailed or shared version first, and then we can calculate everything else. So the one where we have 8 would consider to buy all 3. So I put 8 in the overlap between each one of these circles. And now I'm going to work backwards, which seems a little odd, but it's a lot easier once you have the most shared value. We have 14 would consider both a villa and a lot, but I already have 8 in there. So that means between just villa and lot, 8 plus 6 gives me 14 total. If I switch colors again, let's see, red, the next sentence backwards, 23 would consider both a home and a lot. So home and lot. 8 plus what gives me 23? So that would be 15 would buy a home or a lot, but not a villa. And then the last secondary piece is 21 would consider both a home and a villa. So if I have, let's say that's in pink, let's green. Home and villa would be 8 plus something gives me 21, which would be 13. So as I start filling this out, now I have the shared values, and now we're going to look at just the specific circles themselves. So I have 42 would consider by a lot. So I have 42 total, but I already have 6 and 8, which is 14. 14 plus 15 is 29. And to get up to 42, I would need 13 more. Let's go with a different color. We have 50 who would consider buying a beach villa. Currently, I have 13 plus 8 plus 6, which is 27. So I would need 23 that would just exclusively buy a villa and nothing else. And then we have 68 would consider buying a home. So one more color. A home, we have 8 and 13, which is 21. 21 plus 15 is 36. And I need to get up to 68. So 68 minus 36 is 8 minus 6 is 2, 32. Now, this gives me everything that I need because I was asked 148 people. So if I just did the simple math here, and I added up all of these values, this would give me something around 148, but not exactly. And I do need to know that how many vacationers would not consider any of the three. So that's my first giveaway. So let's just do a quick tabulation. Let's do this in blue. So I have 32 plus 15 plus 8 plus 13. That gives me 68. So we're going to start with the home. That's 68. Well, I've counted all of these values in this first circle. Now I just need to add 13, 6, and 23. So we're going to take 68 plus 13 plus 6 plus 23. And this gives me all of the values in the circle. So that would be, and then I'll put a 2 up there. So we have 2, 3, 9, 110. And I asked a total of 148. So that means the number that is lying on the outside here would be 38 people don't want any. And if you notice, we've got 3 options that have 38. So that takes care of how many vacationers would not consider any of the 3. And then the last question would be, how many would consider only a home? And since we already did all of this work, only a home would be home, but no other thing that they're considering, which would be 32. So I have 38 and 32, which gives me my answer for B. The key thing here is if you're able to draw the Venn diagram and find out each one of these portions, then you can see both who is inside, who wants to buy one of these pieces of property, and what also is outside. Always start with the most specific first, and then you get everything else for free. So hopefully this helped. I'll make sure that if you have any other questions, I'll keep making videos.